Forestry and Marine Resources. We've just witnessed the landing of the aircraft Grenada as a World Bank component project, Livestock. We just received 466 animals, pigs, goats, and sheep. I have with me Dr. Saint Bernard of the St. George's University, who has been an integral part of the World Bank project, assisting the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources. Dr. Saint Bernard, what does that mean for the agricultural sector in Grenada?
Okay, so like you said, Miss Lazarus, this is history in the making, okay, where we're going to be bringing in all of these animals of superior genetics now to improve on what we have on island. Just to go back, the present situation in Grenada with livestock, we have a lot of what we call inbreeding depression because Grenada is a small island. The gene pool is very small as well. So, you know, after a number of years, you know, animals will be related. And then when you breed closely related animals, we get what we call inbreeding depression. And with inbreeding depression, you know, you have slow growth rate, you know, poor carcass quality, reproductive deficiencies. So basically, we have animals that, you know, are very difficult to raise and not as profitable. And as a result of that, we've been importing a lot of food of animal origin because the stock here was just, you know, not of the standard to produce at a level where, you know, we can sustainably rely on them to provide our protein of animal origin, okay?
We need to clarify one point here to our livestock farmers. People are hearing about pigs, goat and sheep, and they think, well, wow, I need my flock.
Right.
What is the process?
Okay, so we always advise, you know, the farmers, you know, to carry out best practices with their farming, do the best they can, you know, keep their herd healthy, have a good relationship with the Ministry of Agriculture, have a good relationship with the veterinarians, okay? So farmers who are interested to be part of this program, it starts now, okay? It starts now, you have animals, start improving on what you're doing, okay? So in an instant,
we need to get to the point of what exactly would be happening to the sheep, the goats, and the pigs from tonight.
Right. So what happens tonight, okay, is that we're going to carry all of these animals to the 3 stations, okay? So Laura, Maribo, and a location at Sortes, okay? We're going to quarantine them for 6 weeks, okay? Minimum, all right? We're going to do some assessments, all right? And once we are comfortable that they are ready to be released, okay? Then we're gonna work with 25 farmers for each species, okay? So 75 farmers in total, 25 sheep farmers, 25 pig farmers, 25 goat farmers going to receive male animals, okay? And those male animals now going to be crossing with the local females within their species, okay? To create the F1s, all right, 50% of the imported, 50% local, okay? So that's the 4th generation. And then from that, we're gonna do a selection, and the best of the F1s will be bred again with that same breed, move up to our F2. Those that are undesirable for breeding gonna enter into the meat market.
All of Grenada is just very excited at the moment. How soon can we see an impact from today? Like 1 year from now?
1 year from now, we should already be seeing an increase in pork on the market. Okay, so the impact will be seen and felt very shortly. And again, those animals that farmers going to be receiving, you know, we're going to be seeing that beautiful animals that increase vigor, that increase growth, you know, animals that, you know, we get excited to see. That would attract even more farmers to get involved in livestock rearing.
How much work went into preparing for this occasion?
Oh, it was a whole lot of work, all right. Work in relation to selecting the right animals that would suit, you know, our environment, that would give us the desirable outcome that we're looking for. There was a lot of work involved in, you know, assessing all the different farms. So we're going to work with those 75 farmers. They were carefully selected. We did a lot of work also with the facilities where these animals are going to be raised. We had to do a lot of renovation, retrofitting. Again, this is history in the making because You know, first time ever we're going to be receiving so many animals. So we had to put all of the infrastructure in place, okay, including personnel. We also hired a number of persons that was going to be directly involved in the care of these animals. We vetted them carefully, and we're quite satisfied that we have chosen some of the best Grenadians to be involved in this process of, you know, breeding these animals and be involved with working with farmers who's going to be recipients of the males.
This must be indeed a proud moment for the government of Grenada and the Ministry of Agriculture.
Very proud moment, and this is for farmers, all right? So we are here, we're doing this because we want to improve on the livelihood of farmers, and we also want to make access proteins from animal source. We want Grenadians to be proud to know where their food is coming from. And the ultimate goal of this is that one day soon, we'll be also exporting, all right, to other countries, because this would have all of the resources necessary to bring us to that pivotal point where we can expand to such a level.
Thank you, Dr. St. Bernard. We are now joined by the head of the Livestock Division of the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Dr. Cummins. Dr. Cummins, you worked hard.
I agree. But I can say not just me, the entire team worked hard. From the Ministry of Agriculture to Finance, Procurement Unit. We had PSAs, from a top cabinet. It was a collaborative effort between everybody. Work together to put this thing and make it possible.
Just before we hand over to the official opening ceremony, can you give me a little idea as to the objective of this exercise? What is it meant to do?
The overall objective of this program is to improve our genetics on island. I think, as my colleague would have indicated earlier, we do have a bit of breeding depression because it's been over probably 2 decades or more since we would have introduced any new genetics into the island. Okay. So this would definitely increase our hybrid vigor, get our farmers to the point where they can actually see good quality carcasses, good feed to meat conversion ratio, which would mean that there is availability of protein on the market and improve farmers' livelihood, which is what we actually aim to do with this project.
Okay. Preparations just before this flight landed, what went into selecting, caring? Days and nights of work, communicating with the United States Department of Agriculture, communicating with the supplier. She would have worked extremely hard, like nights of message and going back and forth and conducting interviews to get the farms ready, staffed, obviously. Lots of work. Planning behind the scene, getting the breeding program up and running. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get us to this point. Tell us some of the dollar value of this project under the World Bank.
So the animals would have cost us roughly about $4 million. An estimated value at about $7,600 per animal, because we have about 66 animals coming into the country. So roughly about $4 million, $7,000-ish per animal. As
a vet, what would you say about their condition at the moment?
Oh, the animals are superb. They're superb animals. I had an opportunity to see them firsthand when they were doing the selection earlier on. Great animals, great genetics.
Your thoughts on what that means for the Ministry of Agriculture and the government of Grenada?
Oh, that means that we would be able to actually achieve our objective, which is to supply our farmers with quality animals. This has always been our aim. It's something that we always thought of because we know the initial investment has been very hard. It's quite not impossible, but it's a challenge in most cases for a farmer to put up 7,000 EC to get one animal. So it has been our aim to make sure that we can provide our farmers with quality genetics. So this is definitely it.
And we have 3 quarantine points. You want to tell us a little on that?
That would be Lara, which is in St. David. We have Maribor and then St. Patrick's. The animals would be quarantined for about 6 to 8 weeks. The quarantine time can be extended if we think there is a need to after the veterinarians would have done their assessment. But initially, it's a 6 to 8 week kind of quarantine time.
I think we are ready for the official part of the ceremony. We are coming to you live from the Maurice Bishop International Airport, and we hand you over to the interim Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources, Mr. David Hopkin.
Okay, good evening, everyone. What an exciting moment here at Pointe-Saline International Airport, Morris Bishop International Airport. And we are so happy to be here tonight. I want to recognize our Acting Prime Minister, Honorable Andy Williams, Minister for Finance, Honorable Dennis Cornwall, our own Minister for Agriculture, Lands, Forestry, and Marine Resources, Honorable Lennox Andrews, other ministers of the Cabinet of Grenada, Permanent Secretary Mr. Bagwan, members of staff of the Ministry of Agriculture, 4-Hers, parents, guardians, the workers for farm, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, Airport Authority personnel, and so on. Good evening, everyone. It is a pleasure to welcome you to this important occasion, marking the introduction or importation of live animals to strengthen and modernize our livestock sector here in Grenada. This initiative reflects our government's commitment to addressing challenges like limited genetic diversity, declining productivity, and food security. For farmers, it provides high-quality breeding stock to improve yields, enhance livelihoods, and build economic resilience within their communities. At the national level, these steps support our goal of reducing dependence on imports while ensuring a sustainable supply of high-quality protein for our population. This is a strategic investment for both the present and the future. I wish to commend the Ministry of Agriculture, the veterinary teams, and our development partners for the collaborative efforts in making this possible. Their dedication ensures that these animals meet the highest standards of health and genetic potential. Empowering our farmers with modern techniques and knowledge is equally vital, and I'm proud of the capacity building initiatives that will complement this program. Together, let us seize this opportunity with determination to create a more sustainable food secure future for generations to come. It is now my honor to invite to the microphone Honorable Dennis Cornwall to make some brief remark as Minister for Finance. Let's put your hands together for Honorable Dennis Cornwall.
A pleasant good evening to everyone. Honorable Andy Williams, Acting Prime Minister and Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, MIT. Honorable Lennox Andrews, Minister for Economic Development, Agriculture, Forestry, Marine Resources, and many more. Honorable Gloria Thomas, Minister for Social Services and Housing. Honorable Adrian Thomas, who is in the back, Minister for Tourism, et al. I am very much pleased to be present here today to witness the arrival of the live animals that we have imported from the United States of America to be distributed to our farmers here in Grenada in the parishes of St. Patrick, St. Andrews, St. David, St. Mark's, St. John's, and everywhere else, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Today is a proud and transformative day for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique as we officially welcome the arrival of these animals, a vital component of our strategy to enhance food security and agriculture sustainability. This moment represents the culmination of planning, partnership, and investment in the future of our nation's livestock industry. The importation of these high-quality breed of sheep, goats, and pigs funded under the World Bank Food Security Enhancement Project is a testament to our collective commitment to reducing our dependency on imported meat and empowering local farmers to thrive. This initiative, the single largest investment in the history of Grenada livestock development, is not about boosting meat production. It's about ensuring that our citizens have access to safe, nutritious, and affordable food while creating economic opportunities for our people. As Minister for Finance, I am particularly proud of the role my ministry has played in supporting this transformative project. From securing and managing $26.8 million funded from the Food Security Enhancement Project to working closely with the Ministry of Agriculture on financial planning and resource allocation, the Ministry of Finance has been instrumental in turning this vision into a reality. By facilitating sound financial oversight and ensuring the timely release of funds, we have laid the foundation of groundwork for the success of this project. This initiative also reflects our broader commitment to responsible fiscal management, where every investment is aligned with our national development priorities. Projects like this do more than strengthen our agriculture sector. They stimulate rural economies, foster job creation, and reduce the burden of our meat import bill. The animals we are welcoming today are destined to form the cornerstone of the national breeding program, with facilities at Laura, St. David's, Maribor, St. Andrews, and St. Patrick, providing a consistent supply of purebred, high-quality animals. These centers will serve as hubs of the innovation and training enabling farmers to improve their stock, increase productivity, and enhance livelihoods. I extend heartfelt thanks to the Ministry of Agriculture, the technical team, and our partners, especially the World Bank, for their steadfast commitment to this initiative. To our farmers, I encourage you to take full advantage of the opportunities this project presents. Your dedication and hard work are vital to realizing the full potential of this investment. Together, let us embrace this project as the cornerstone of our national agenda for food security, economic resilience, and sustainable development. With collaboration, innovation, and determination, we can build a strong, more prosperous future for all Grenadians. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dennis Cornwall, for your remarks. And now I invite Honorable Lennox Andrews, Minister for Economic Development, Planning, Agriculture, Lands, Forestry, and Marine Resources to make some remarks.
Thank you very much. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture. I wish to recognize in our presence our Acting Prime Minister, Minister Andy Williams, and the Minister responsible for MIT, the Minister for Finance, Mr. Dennis Cornwall, the Minister for Tourism, Mr. Adrian Thomas, and who was formerly the Minister for Agriculture, under whose mandate this project started. So I'm just simply following from your good work, sir. Minister Gloria Thomas, Minister for Social Development and Housing, we recognize your presence here. I also recognize the presence of P.S. Bagwan, who worked along with me as well in bringing this project to the stage where it is at today. I also recognize from our ministry, Ms. Lauren St. Louis, who is our Chief Extension Officer and who also played a major role in advancing this project. We have our vet, I saw them around earlier on, but I also want to recognize the students from St. Matthew's RC in Bushgrove. Good? Our 4-Hers. We're happy that your teachers have brought you here so you can observe and get ready. Get ready for you to take over in years to come, okay? So thanks for coming. So I say to you, my dear ones, that it is with great pride and optimism that I address you this evening on this significant occasion the formal introduction of live animals into our country. It's a moment of glory. It's a moment of achievement. It's a moment of happiness. This initiative represents a pivotal moment in advancing our agricultural sector and ensuring the long-term sustainability of our nation's food security. The importation of live animals goes beyond merely increasing our livestock production. It is an investment in the genetic diversity and the overall productivity of our livestock sector. The animals being introduced today have been carefully selected for their superior genetic traits, including higher yields in milk, meat, and reproductive efficiency. This scientific approach to breeding will enhance the quality and productivity of our local livestock, ensuring that future generations of farmers benefit from a more resilient and high-performance stock. This breeding initiative is vital for improving the nutritional quality of the food we produce. By strengthening our livestock genetics, we are ensuring the availability of higher quality protein sources such as lean meat, milk, and dairy products. These are essential components of a balanced diet and critical to combating malnutrition and improving the health and well-being of our population. From an economic perspective, this project has the potential to transform the livestock sector into a robust contributor to our national economy. Enhanced breeding practices and increased productivity will reduce our dependence on costly imports of meat and dairy products, retain valuable foreign exchange, and create opportunities for value-added processing industries. Additionally, improved livestock health and yields will lead to increased income for our farmers, empowering them to reinvent in their operations and expand the economic opportunities. This initiative is also grounded in science and sustainability. It underscores our commitment to using modern technologies and data-driven methods to manage livestock health, reproduction, and productivity. Innovations such as artificial insemination and controlled breeding programs will help farmers optimize their operations while reducing environmental impact. Importantly, this program includes capacity building for our farmers and technical officers. Workshops and training sessions will be rolled out to educate stakeholders on advanced breeding techniques, herd management, animal nutrition, and disease prevention. These measures are essential for maximizing the benefits of this initiative and fostering a culture of continuous improvement and adaptation in this sector. Today's event is not just about the animals we see before us. It is about the promise of a brighter, more secure future. It is about equipping our nation with the tools to feed ourselves, to drive economic growth, and improve the quality of life of every Grenadian, thus building a foundation of resilience and sustainability. Just as we have this international airport, which has been a major contributor to our economic development for the last 40 years. In the same way, I want us to see this project as a major contributor to the economic transformation and development of Grenada in years to come. And therefore, I take this opportunity to thank the many individuals and organizations who have made this project possible. Our ministry's technical team. And I have to say to you, I am so impressed. I am so very much impressed with the quality of the staff that we have here at the ministry. And you should give them a round of applause. the Veterinary Services Division, our international partners, all the support staff and our farmers who have embraced this vision with determination and optimism. As we move forward, let us remain committed to innovation, collaboration, and sustainability. Together, we can ensure that this breeding initiative contributes meaningfully to a resilient, prosperous, and food-secure future for our nation. Thank you, and may this endeavor bring us closer to realizing our shared goals of growth, security, and sustainability. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister, for your remarks. And we move quickly into remarks by the Acting Prime Minister and Minister for the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Honorable Andy Williams. Let's give him a warm welcome, please.
Thank you very much. Good night to everyone. Fellow Ministers of Government, Gloria Thomas, Minister for Community Development and Housing, Lennox Andrews, the Minister for Agriculture and Economic Development et al., Dennis Cornwall, the Minister for Finance, Ejan Thomas, the Minister for Tourism, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good night. It is with great pride and purpose that I stand before you tonight to address an occasion of national significance. As the Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, I am entrusted with ensuring that projects critical to our nation's development, just 1 minute, right. Critical to our nation's development is implemented. This year is indeed a game changer. And I want to give a round of applause to the Ministry of Agriculture for a job well done. This food security enhancement project is a project that was on the books for a short while. And they have shown the commitment to implement this project in a timely manner. With these animals that we are receiving today, this will be a game changer, not just for the agriculture sector, but for Grenada as a whole. This is the kind of transformation that we look forward to. And when we talk about transformation, it may not be a fast process as we want to, but as the saying goes, slowly but surely. Going forward, we know that our food import bill is relatively high. What do we do? In order to combat this, we have to look at methods to reduce that going forward. And this, what we are gathered here for today, is a step in the right direction. So again, I want to thank the Minister of Agriculture and his team. And as we go forward, I pray that the farmers and our nation see the value in this and the value that this government is bringing to the ministry and to the agricultural sector on a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Acting Prime Minister and Minister for MIT. We're just going to observe what is happening out on the tarmac with the animals in the meantime. While we do this, we're going to have some short interviews for those who are viewing online. We're going to have some short interviews with key persons over the past years who have been working on the project, and we'll come back a little later on with the vote of thanks. So we give you a chance to just observe what is happening and see the animals being offload. Those online is having a better view because we have a live camera on the tarmac, as well as viewing the offloading of the animals onto the trucks. and that is going quite smoothly, and that is because we planned well to get this happen today. All right, so I must compliment the staff for working together to make this happen. All right. And I must tell you also, we have all the workers who will be working on the 3 farms present here tonight, and they're ready to work from tonight right all over the weekend. We have the farm manager, the animal health officer, we have the stockman and stockman assistants, along with the driver. Everybody is here tonight, ready to work to ensure that these animals stay alive. And according to our minister, so that a few years from now we have some spice pig and some spice goat and some spice sheep, right? Spicy animals. So I will turn you over to our crew from the media of Ministry of Agriculture to have some short interview. And I think the first interview will be done with the Honorable Adrian Thomas, who was one of the ministers who started the project. So I will turn you over shortly to the PR person from the Ministry of Agriculture. And we'll come back for the vote of thanks, which will be done for us by Ms. Lauren St. Louis.
This is a mix of sheep and goat in this one, right?
This is
sheep and goat mix here.
Yes, it is. I think so. Mostly goats. Yeah.
Hello. Coming in.
The ceremony's still going on?
You hear me? Come in. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, coming in.
That's how I felt.
You have a mic when you need to run and get one?
Yeah, run and tell them that they want to do an interview.
There you go.
Should we face against this?
Oh yeah, that's a good backdrop.
Well, they're not tired.
They're doing good. We've had a long day, but
Oh, I forgot the mics here.
they're going to be happy to have water and hay. And the pigs especially, pigs like to feed all the time.
Yeah. They're munching on.
They're ready to eat.
Alright. Come closer. I think I'll look at that.
Well, we're coming to you live from the Maurice Bishop International Airport, and of course by now all of Grenada, CARICOM, Petite Martinique are fully aware that the Ministry of Agriculture, Government of Grenada, is here to accept a shipment of sheep, goats and pigs under Component 4 of the World Bank Food Enhancement Security Project. I am joined by Renee, who is a livestock importer, and she played a critical role in terms of taking care of the animals, selecting the animals, and working with the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources. Renee, welcome to Grenada.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Nice to meet you. Can you tell us a little bit of what went into getting all of this to Grenada today?
This is a big project. It took us quite a few months working together on this, and we had some people from the ministry come over to the United States and help select these animals. They come from 10 different states in the United States. We've got dairy goats, we have meat goats, we have meat sheep and dairy sheep. We have 322 head of sheep and goats, and we have 144 head of pigs of 4 different breeds, 4 breeds of sheep, 4 breeds of goats, and we got them isolated, tested. They got trucked all the way from Ohio into Miami. We got them in the crates this morning. We got them loaded on the aircraft, and after many months of work, here we are.
Would you be with us for quite a while to ensure that they've settled in, everything is okay?
Not as long as I'd like to be. I have another shipment going out on Monday to another Caribbean island for cattle, and I have to go sooner than I want. But I want to see them tomorrow, and they're doing very well. I've been with them for the last 24 hours, and everybody's in good shape and healthy and holding up well.
There's a little excitement with the volume, the quantity coming in at this time. How are things on the flight?
So, can I tell you, this is my biggest goat and sheep shipment in my career.
Wow.
Yeah, really, it is. This is a big one.
A serious investment by the Ministry of Agriculture.
It is. And this is something I can get very passionate about because it's food security. And I'm really excited for the farmers in Grenada and the possibilities of what this program is going to do, and the good genetics. And, a farmer's going to be so much happier if he produces something that makes more milk and makes more meat. And I like being a part of that.
We'll get back to you, but we are also joined by Mr. Nugent Bernard, who is the project coordinator of Component 4 under the World Bank Food Enhancement Project. Mr. Bernard, it is indeed a historic moment. How do you feel like a livestock officer?
I feel excited. I feel like it's a transforming moment, and of course it's a historic and for livestock.
Tell us a little about the preparatory work at the 3 sites, Laura, Maribel and Sotels.
Right, so all 3 sites, they were not 100% as how we would want them to accommodate for ease of management and for the health of the animals. So we would have had to get contractors to come in, see the facility, and then for us to make the necessary changes in terms of making sure that water equipment are okay, feeding trucks are okay, and we are at this that we are comfortable.
It seems as though we've taken over the tarmac of the Maurice Bishop International Airport. This is indeed a big investment for the government of Grenada. Tell us a little about the monetary value.
We're looking at over $2 million. And this, in my 31 years experience in the ministry, this has been the largest investment injection of capital in life.
Farmers throughout Grenada and CARICOM Petite Martinique might be eager to say, I need my goat, I need my sheep, I need my pig. What happens from here?
Well, just not yet. We would like farmers to benefit directly from this program. But as it is now, the animal has to go into quarantine for 6 weeks. And after the animals are quarantined, then our main interest is breeding and multiplying these animals so that we can put farmers in a better position for receiving animals. But again, this animal will come to the farmer based on a criteria that have already been set. Already we have 75 farmers shortlisted who are going to benefit in the first tranche of this program, and then we'll move on from there.
Tell us a little about the coordinating, getting them to the various sites tonight.
Right, so as we are here on the airport, we have a number of trucks here available. We have the police escort who will be taking us to the different sites. So we're moving here on the eastern corridor, going all the way to St. David's at Lara. Then we are going to go to Maribor, where we drop off the pigs. Then we go over to St. Patrick's, where we are going to drop off all the sheep.
What will happen tomorrow? I see that there are representatives from the Royal Grenada Police Force, Purdy Larceny Unit. What is
happening? What coordination would be happening between the Ministry of Agriculture, RGPF, Purdy Larceny?
Well, as you rightly said, it's a comprehensive collaboration between all the persons and associations that you have mentioned. And what we're looking for is that the Purdy Larceny and the police, of course, will help us to ensure security of these animals, to make sure that no one tampers with them and that we achieve the goal that we are set out for.
So would you like to reiterate to farmers that the animals are not immediately available to their farms?
Yes, so we're sending out the message here to farmers that because we already select the first tranche of farmers, 25 goat farmers, 25 sheep farmers, 25 pig farmers, the animals first would be quarantined. After 6 weeks, we are going to look at the short list of farmers to make sure that the facilities are ready, they are in compliance with the Memorandum of Understanding, and once we are satisfied, these animals will be given to the farmers for improved breed on the farm. But the bulk of the rest of the animals go to the 3 different facilities for breeding purposes.
Separate to the purchasing, selecting, the flying in, I understand a number of persons have been recently employed to help spearhead and to supervise the project. Can you tell us a little on that?
We're looking at over 20-something plus new persons coming on stream. At the 3 different facilities, we have employed a number of young persons that would help us to take care of these animals.
Okay, so would all trucks be going straight to Sautez, or are you making stops as you go along the way?
No, what I've advised is that because these animals have traveled all day, they are severely stressed, and we do not want to stress them any further. So what we'll do after the convoy leaves here, we would go Eastern Corridor, that would access Lara and Maribor, and the hope is that for the sheep that is going to St. George's, to St. Patrick's, then they would go directly to St. George's. Directly to St. Patrick's. Yeah.
Minister.
Yeah. So some go St. Patrick's, and the rest go the Eastern Corridor that will access Lara and Maribor.
We are also joined by the Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources, Honorable Lennox Andrews. It is indeed a proud moment for the ministry, for the government of Grenada. How do you feel right now?
But I certainly believe that we are on the economic takeoff, really and truly. That's what I see happening here. I think the conditions are being created for the country to take up economically. And I'm happy that this is happening here on the international airport, because this airport, international airport, we can consider it to be the most important investment project that took place in Grenada over the last 40 years, and it would have contributed the most, one might say, to the country's development and transformation. I do believe that if we get this livestock reproduction project in place, then that project will be just like as important as the international airport is to Grenada. Yeah? So it's important that we, as a people, we embrace this project, we support it, we take care of the animals, and we all work towards ensuring that the quality of meat that we need to have in our country is secured through the reproduction process that we have in place.
Minister, we've seen a number of crates of animals, and we are talking about food security and enhancement. What do you think that means in terms of value of meat in Grenada, the livestock industry in general?
Well, certainly it involves and it means that for the first time, we as a nation would be in a position to be able to produce enough meat to feed ourselves. And it's not just meat, it is quality meat. It is meat that is very nutritious. And it will ensure, therefore, the health and the well-being and the safety of our people.
I'm sure you want to take the opportunity to encourage farmers and the general public in terms of to adhere to the process that they must be quarantined, they must be bred before we can really distribute, because people are excited.
Yes, I mean, I think we mentioned earlier on that these animals are not for consumption.
Okay.
They are for reproduction, they are for breeding, they are for enhancing and creating a sufficiently large stock of animals in our country, so we don't have to depend on others for meat anymore. And that's the essence of this thing, right? It is self-sustenance. It is self-sustainability. For the very first time, if we do this project properly, we're going to produce our own pigs, our own goats, and our own sheep. So in other words, we have our spiced ruminants. Good? And it is these spiced ruminants that we're going to have enough of to supply us with meat, and also for export. So we'll be exporting spiced goat, all the spiced meat that we have from these ruminants. We want to export them as well as consume them locally.
The government of Grenada is no doubt very serious about building the agricultural sector as an economic pillar. But what are other components of the World Bank project that would soon unfold?
Well, we're moving very quickly into the root crop production and the vegetable production. We are experimenting right now with Irish potatoes or white potatoes, and we are going full swing into root crop production, yam, dash, international potato, and so on. And we are providing the farmers with necessary support for them to be able to produce enough of that, so we can have food security in these areas as well.
Minister, the project is also providing employment. Any comments on that?
Well, of course. I mean, employment is, as we say, is a fait accompli.
Yeah.
It's a given. So we don't even mention it because
But a number of young persons I noticed were recently employed to be a part of the project.
A number of young people many of our young people are excited about this project. In fact, I want to say to you, we have 9 young Grenadians right now studying in Guyana. They are at the School of Agriculture in Guyana, studying agricultural science, and that's part of the preparation for building a sustainable agricultural sector in this country. We must have our people actively and deeply involved. But I want to make the point that these animals are animals that we are importing to create the base for sustainable meat production in Grenada. The animals are not for eating. In fact, if you eat them, you will get sick. They are for reproduction, they are for breeding. And therefore, I want to say to all Grenadians, let us take care of these animals, because they are not for eating. They are for reproduction, they are for breeding, and we must take care of them to ensure that we have that sustained supply of meat from ourselves. So we no longer have to import meat into this country. That's the final objective.
Agriculture is no longer taking off, it has taken off.
It has taken off. It has taken off. And it's taking off higher and higher. It's going up and up and up. Right? It's going up and up and up.
Thank you, Minister.
All right. Pleasure.
Officer, I need you quickly. Come, we're live. Come. Yeah. Give me the
Yes, there's no chat.
I can't put on that. Come. We're still live at the Maurice Bishop International Airport, where the Ministry of Agriculture has just received over 466 animals, sheep, goats, and pigs. There are 3 quarantine points: Maribor in St. Andrew, Laura in St. David, and at a facility in Sotez. At this point in time, I am joined by ASP Desmond Richards. Hope I have the name and the portfolio correctly. And He has been working along, the Royal Grenada Police Force have been working along with the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands in terms of traffic regulations and as well security. Can you tell us a little more as to your involvement in all of this?
Well, thank you, and thank you. Good night, Grenada and the listening public. Well, the Royal Grenada Police Force has teamed up with the Ministry of Agriculture, understanding that the animals will be here for traffic arrangements. So we have the 3 locations. We have 3 escort vehicles that will be going to the various locations. The escort vehicle for smooth transition to the different places. They'll be using the sirens and the lights, so to alert motorists that clear the way that we have to move. Of course, you hear the minister say that these animals had to be acclimatized. The reason for bringing them in the night, and to also that we realize the traffic might be a little less in the night as well. Apart from that, though, we really, the Royal Grenada Police Force is looking forward to working with the ministry and in particular the farmers, because we would have realized the spate of livestock theft that we had even going up to the Christmas season, and it continues. So we are enhancing our posture in terms of the patrols to the farms, engaging farmers, rebuilding the farm watch and neighborhood watch, because as you know, that the public sees more than us. We rely on them for information, and so hence the reason why community policing is critical in this time as we build partnership, the public and the police, to ensure that we curb these kind of crime. The government has spent a lot of monies into food security, and they must understood that it is a necessary part of our development. And where that is happening, then security becomes a critical point in all that.
We are also aware that the RGPF would be playing a critical role in terms of at the sites, at the facilities, in terms of your predial larceny unit or in terms of support to the livestock division.
Right. So in both areas, both the predial larceny unit, which is tasked with ones we have livestock and to assist the farmers, but also all of the departments, from the regular department, CI department, all of the departments will be involved. In fact, before Commissioner Mackenzie proceeded on holiday, he had mandated every department to get involved in working with the farmers and working with agriculture to ensure that the problems of theft we have seen in recent time, the spate of it that is broken. And so all the departments are involved in the investigation. In fact, we are even stepping up further, something we didn't do for a while, but we also will be checking on the butchers. Check their license, check the books that they have, and so that they can verify where they buy the animals, who they bought it from, and the transaction that took place. So we are leaving no stone unturned. I know Mr. Pano, who is the acting commissioner as well, is behind that. Leaving no stone unturned to ensure that our farmers get some sense of justice, but also they are protected as well. The same way we do for houses and in terms of break-ins, we want to do the same thing with the farmers as well, to ensure that our food security is secure.
And you also had an appeal to the mischief makers. Would you like to reiterate that tonight?
Oh, certainly. But we send it a strong warning. There's a zero tolerance policy and theft. And I mean, think about it. I grew in agriculture as a farmer myself, and I know it's hard work. And when a farmer will be out there working, toiling so hard, and the thief get up and just decide to rip him off, that is ugly. And so we have a zero tolerance policy on that. And so we are sending a song that warning. Not when we catch you, we will catch you. And when you are caught, you will face the full extent of the law. There's no two ways about it.
Thank you very much. We want to take the opportunity on behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands to thank you for representing the Royal Grenada Police Force and supporting in this historic moment the importation of over 460 live purebred animals from the US.
I'm hoping in the next 2 years I can get two myself.
You'll have to talk to the minister on that.
That will be my retirement, plan. I don't know.
Thank you, officer.
You're most welcome.
All right. Just a moment. Where's mine?
It's right there.
Oh. Okay, we're still coming to you live from the Morris Bishop International Airport, a historic moment for the government of Grenada and the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources. We are now joined by the former, but still a die-hard farmer, Senator Adrian Thomas. Tell me how you feel about this moment here for Grenada, for agriculture.
Well, I feel very happy that this project is finally coming to fruition. It's a project that we have been working on since 2022. For the whole of 2023, we have been working on it also. And at the end of 2024, we saw signs that this particular aspect of the project, the livestock area, is finally coming to fruition. What it means to Grenada is that we are hoping in the next 5-10 years, Grenada will cut down significantly on the importation of meat into Grenada. And I must mention here, apparently Grenadians are very, very addicted to meat.
Yeah.
And it means that most of the meat that we consume has to be imported. Today, we are very happy that we are starting a process where we can be self-reliant and self-sufficient in terms of providing our meat for our meals. Also, the whole question of the livestock industry is an industry that we need to improve genetically in terms of improving the breeds and the quality of animals that we have in Grenada. When you keep a pig or a sheep for X amount of time, you want to make sure that you get X amount in return. Let's take for example in the pig farming. If we're going to keep a pig for 6 months and get 120 pounds, it may not make much economic sense. You want the kind of breeding stock that will give you the kind of production where you keep a pig for 6 months and you get maybe 220 pounds. This will mean a lot to the farmers. And I think that the farmers in Grenada are looking forward to getting these hybrid animals to increase their productivity.
The government of Grenada is very serious about building the agriculture sector as an economic pillar. What does this event here signify in terms of that mission?
Well, obviously, agriculture is very high on the agenda of this administration. We believe that the people must be able to feed themselves. We also believe that over 10,000 people who are doing serious farming in Grenada have a direct impact on the livelihood of people. And I always make the point also that if you have 10,000 people farming with workers and family, it means that a significant portion of the population is involved in agriculture. And therefore livestock is maybe second largest area compared to crop production. So it's very, very important that we pay a lot of emphasis on the improvement of our livestock in Grenada carry competition.
You're not running away before that connection to tourism, because our visitors to the island enjoy what we have down here.
Well, again, you do not want to have a tourist sector where you attract a lot of aircrafts, a lot of cruise ships, people visiting your country, and following that is a large quantity of containers bringing in the foods and the meat and things to feed the people. We must ensure that the agricultural sector is on par with the tourism industry, and as the tourism sector improves and rise, the agricultural sector must come side by side with it, providing the food for our visitors and make maximum profit of the tourism industry.
Minister, I know you were once formerly the agriculture minister, and you did a lot in terms of getting this project to this stage. So I want to say congratulations as well, because you were an integral part of it.
Thank you very much, and we are working in like one government, heading in the same direction, moving our country forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, let me get a mic. Yes, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
It has been a lot of hard work. You've been in the background, you've been in the forefront. Although you're a little bit on holiday, but you are here to witness the actual arrival of over 466 animals. How do you feel right now?
Super excited because I've been part of that process. First of all, I want to thank my former PS, Aaron Francois, for the initial work that they have done, and of course Senator Adrian Thomas, who were the former persons in the Ministry of Agriculture, that project was conceptualized. And of course, myself and Minister Andrews coming in thereafter to really take it from the conceptualization stage into actual implementation. And of course, quite a number of steps have to be followed because you're dealing with an externally funded projects. You have to follow the procurement processes, you have to follow the financial processes, plus of course government's own rules and regulations. So you have to make sure that all these processes are followed. And these things are sometimes time consuming because just one item, you have to make sure that you have specifications, terms of reference. You have to follow that process in terms of inviting persons to bid, selection, etc. before you get to that point. So it has been quite a lot of work trying to get at this point, and I'm very, very excited at this point, because I, in fact, myself and a couple of the vets actually went to the US, visited quite a number of farms, and the good thing about visiting the farms is that we were able to speak to the farmers up there and explain what it is that we wanted to do. And I think that we have get good quality because typically a farmer may have an animal to sell and he may just want to give you what we call a runt or any old thing. But because of that engagement, they were able to understand, and I think we have got good quality and good selection. So I'm happy that it comes to that stage, and of course the things that comes thereafter.
What does that mean for Grenada's livestock industry?
Oh, it's a major boost in the a major boost, because you see, in the past there was an attempt in terms of the goats. We have learned, we have looked through that project, we've seen the failures that they would have had, and so we have built upon that in terms of what are the goods, the positives that we could move forward from there. Of course, as was mentioned by various persons already, is that the principal thing is to enhance the pedigree of the animals that we have here, the gene pool, so that you have animals that could mature faster with higher weight, etc., to be able to supply the local economy with quality meat. And so, of course, the intent is to increase the breeding stock. So, notwithstanding that we have the stock farms, but we would select, in fact, the farmers have already been selected, 25 each, so that they would get either a bull or a ram, so that they themselves at their level could start their own processes in terms of farmers who doing things on the side or small operators could go to their farm and get a breed from there, or services we would say from there, and those who intend to go into the more quality pedigree, they could go to the stock farm and get a purebred animal and so. So that of course would increase, as I said, the quantity of animals, and of course the final, weight in terms of the animals that is being slaughtered and so.
Are there plans to do the same thing with the cattle industry?
Yes, but cattle take a while. Of course, the gestation period is much longer. Initially, what we'll be starting with is the AI artificial insemination. We've had some from a previous project. We've had a number of calves that have been born. I think there's about 5 currently. We do have some AI remaining that we're going to be inseminating some other cattle. But of course, with that project, we also will be bringing in semen, all right? And the process will continue. The sad situation is that we've seen that many farmers not going into cattle farming as was previously, and that is a concern for us. So we want to be able to encourage farmers to continue to mine cattle. Of course, we are looking to partner with other agencies and other friendly governments to look at similar as we do now, to have a farm that you could actually breed and have meat and be able to have cattle or calf to be able to sell and so. So it is a process, but it will take For the cattle, it will take a bit longer.
But P.S., this is like almost not even halfway because a lot of work has to go into getting them to the destinations.
Yeah.
Good quarantine conditions and good care until the breeding process can begin. So your hands are full.
Quite full because we have already selected quite a number of staff because you need the staff, the personnel to be able to implement this program. We have already, the vets have already indicated the program in terms of vaccination and looking at disease condition and so. And as Minister would have mentioned in his remarks also, we have started training. Training would continue in terms of feeding, nutrition, issue of the whole issue of sanitary control. Because again, you have some farmers that have good quality pens and others that they're just not up to standard. So we have to look at all those things, and of course the whole thing about breeding. The typical thing is that once you have a ram, then the ram breeds everybody. We want to be able to make sure that we have, not this inbreeding also, but that you have selective breeding, so that the farm, the ram would be able to serve, and we'll be able to keep a track, all right, in terms of the breeding program and who got what breed, so that you avoid this inbreeding.
Thank you very much, P.S. Congratulations to the Minister of Agriculture.
Appreciate that. Thanks. Yes.
All right. Yeah, so you want to come around? Hold on.
Where's it? Yeah.
The ice. What is it for?
There's
I'll
ice.
come back to the ice.
The ice is for the pigs, but the vets say they're doing well. They don't need ice, so we'll have to hold it there until if there is a need for it. Yeah.
Let me let them know.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so mic on.
Oh, I spoke to her already?
Yeah, I know you spoke about one.
That's okay. I could see your luggage there for a while. Already on the way. Okay. impact, and then thanks to everyone. I want to go more in the shot. Huh? I want to go more in front of the crate. Come up here. They're going to see you. You understand? I tell her we can't do that. So we are now joined by the Acting Chief Extension Officer, Miss Lauren St. Louis. And Miss St. Louis, everyone has been sharing on the excitement of this historic moment, not only for the government of Grenada, but the Ministry of Agriculture. Your sentiments as Chief Extension Officer, I'm seeing this this great work here after so many months of behind the scenes work.
Okay. Yes, so it is an emotional time, it's an exciting time for us as a Ministry of Agriculture, also for Grenada on a whole. Ensuring our food security is not only about crop production, but it is also about livestock production, and this is going to really catapult us into a place where we can really start to realize those goals of being food secure in our livestock production. We have worked, the ministry, the vets, especially for this part, and other support staff, the Ministry of Finance. We've worked tirelessly to ensure that we've gotten the most that we could out of this project, and this is just part of it. It's a bigger, exciting part because it's one of the first time that we've had this amount of livestock being introduced in Grenada, and to have the programs that we've already established, the management, the breeding, all of that are already in place. For us, it's a big, big proud moment for the Ministry of Agriculture and for the agricultural sector on a whole.
Generally, we have to acknowledge all the hard work that so many persons got involved in, and so many assistants from as well the MBIA, and I leave it to you to say thank you to all those who may have helped, who work hard, the truck drivers, the vets. Both local and international.
So on behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture, we'd like to say thank you, not just to the people who were part of this ceremony here today, our ministers, or Honorable Andy Williams, who is our acting Prime Minister at this point, and the other ministers who came to show their support, but also to all the support people. This could not have happened just with the Ministry of Agriculture. We have the Ministry of Finance, we have, in terms of government, Ministry of Agriculture, the veterinary team, we have the Airport Authority, MBIA, I'm not sure exactly how to call them, but we have them also involved. We have all the contractors who have worked to ensure that the facilities have been repaired, and all of that refurbishment has happened. So we want to thank everybody. We want to thank our farmers for their interest, because everybody now is interested, and we'd like to also encourage our farmers especially that this is not just an exciting time now. Now the real work begins. Now we really have to get into the program. We really have to follow the management recommendations. We have to ensure that these animals are cared for, make sure that this investment that government is putting into the agricultural sector gives great rewards after. So we want to thank everyone. I don't want to single out or because I might miss. I want to especially thank the 4-Hers. Our young people are the future. I mean, it sounds kind of cliche, but our young people are our future. And for them to be involved in this historic event will be something that would stick with them for life. And we know that as they get more involved, as we get them more involved in agriculture and seeing the exciting parts, they would be more encouraged to come in. So we'd like to thank them, their leaders, the 4-H organizer, Ms. Tyson. Now she's the acting 4-H organizer. When I called and I said, we need some 4-Hers, she said, how many you need? So I'm really happy and really thankful for their parents and their leaders and so for allowing them to come in and for having them here. We wish everybody on behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture a Happy New Year. Obviously we started off with a bang and we're only going to go up from here.
Definitely. Even after the injection of assistance and funds post-burial. And then now
Imagine. We're only going up from here.
But I don't think it is unnecessary to reiterate that there are selected farmers at this stage so far. So as Chief Extension Officer, would you like to do that?
Sure. So we have selected the farmers already who are going to benefit from this first phase of this project. Most of the animals will be at our facilities, the facilities that will be managed by the Ministry of Agriculture. It's at Laura, at Maribor, and St. Patrick's. So those 3 facilities, most of the animals will be there. But I think we have 75 farmers that we have chosen who will receive animals, and they have also been given the management schemes and all of that to ensure that the animals are well taken care of and that they become part of the program, not to become food, but to become breeders and to enhance the stock that we have. So as we go along, as the animals get more acclimatized, as they are bred, then we will expand the program to other farmers so that soon we will have the genetic stock that we need, and then we can begin culling animals. You can have, we can go from there depending on what they're for.
It is not about not wanting to give this farmer or that farmer. These animals are purebred animals. They have to be quarantined and they're meant for breeding.
They're meant for breeding. Yes, they are.
So thank our farmers finally.
Of course. We are always thankful to our farmers for their resilience, for the fact that they are always optimistic. Our farmers they give us a sense of hope that whatever happens, that they can bounce back, that with the ministry's assistance they can come back and do better. And we know too that that is the spirit of farmers and of farming, and so we are extremely grateful to you. We will continue to support our farmers. The Ministry of Agriculture, even though at times it may seem as if we may not be supporting as much as you'd like to, but we support as much as we can. We would listen and have some more stakeholder consultations and so to find out exactly how we can assist. And we ask our farmers always to always remember that your enterprise is a business and to treat it as such.
Definitely. Thank you, Ms. St.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, that so just do a out. We're about to So we are coming to you live from the Maurice Bishop International Airport, where the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources just received 466 purebred animals for the livestock industry in Grenada. It has been a long evening, but a very emotional evening because it's historic. This is component 4 of the World Bank Food Enhancement and Security Project. So actually, operations on the tarmac are being wrapped up at the moment, and the final few trucks would join the entourage on the outside. And these animals would be carried to Laura Land in St. David, Maribor in St. Andrew, and Sotez in St. Patrick. To all of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, to the government of Grenada, to the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources, and all those involved in the production that made today a reality, we are signing off from the tarmac at the moment, and we thank you for staying with us.
Yeah.
Oi. Quer ir? Hã? Oi, oi.
Yeah, cool, right.
Chere? Huh? Roof coming in? Has it? Roof coming in. Roof coming in? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Watch it. Yeah, go on. Andrew! Rosa! Rosa! Come on. Rosa! Who's following these four? Go right in front. That's good. Good. Come on. What? Alright, take care. So we move up, Brazil. Yes. Oh, Parliament tell me here come back. Yeah. Here come back. Where am I taking? Where man? Yeah, tell me when you're riding. Stop right there. Right. Right, you ready here? Yeah.